Hello students, welcome once again to English online classes. I hope you have finished all the activities related to the last session. In the last session, we dealt with a beautiful poem, Any Woman, written by Katharine Tynan. Today, we will be dealing with the activity part. In the same chapter, towards the end, there is an activity which asks you to compare two poems. One poem is, of course, Any Woman, but the second poem is a totally new one. You have just seen a clip, and I have asked you whether it is possible to compare apples with oranges. It is actually an idiom, and it means that it is impossible to compare two totally different things. So, let us assume that the two poems you are asked to compare have some similarities, and of course a few dissimilarities as well. This activity is not actually a new one because last year you were asked to prepare the critical application of a new poem. You can apply the same tools here also. So first of all, you have to read this new poem. Here it is, The Toys, written by the great poet Coventry Patmore. So you have to read the poem at least 3 to 4 times very carefully. While reading, you will have to know the theme of the poem. You have to find out the features of the content, the poetic devices, the rhyme scheme, and you have to form an opinion regarding the poem. As a next step, we can compare the new poem with the poem in your textbook. And of course, you should be very thorough with all the poems in your textbook. Here, in this case, it is the poem Any Woman. The next step is fixing a format. If you have a format, it will be very easy for you to answer this question. It will save a lot of time and effort. Let us see what we can do about this question. Dear students, now let us see how can we compare two poems. The first part of any answer is an introduction. Now how can we prepare an introduction? You should introduce both poems and poets in a paragraph. You can use suitable adjectives for this. This particular slide contains an introduction prepared by Dr. Sajina Shukur. It is a beautiful example of a perfect introduction. Kindly go through this carefully. Any Woman and The Toys are the two poems which deal with lofty thoughts and sublime themes. A short poem of 6 stanzas, Any Woman by Katharine Tynan, is a beautiful portrayal of woman in her multifaceted role. The Toys by Coventry Patmore, a poem in 33 run-on lines, is the presentation of a father's pensive thoughts about his son. The following 2 paragraphs should contain the summaries of the 2 poems you are asked to compare, written one after another. In the first paragraph, write down the summary of the poem from your textbook. In the following paragraph, write the summary of the new poem that is given in your question paper. Now let us start comparing 2 poems. First of all, let us compare the themes. I have prepared a model for you. Both poems depict parental love in different ways. The poem Any Woman glorifies motherhood. It elaborates the role of mother in a family. The poem The Toys reveals the difficulties encountered by a father in raising a motherless child. The father's behavior is in direct contrast with the mother, who was very patient. Both poems end with prayers. The selfless mother prays for long life so that she could take care of her children. The father prays for forgiveness for being childish. It's time to compare poetic devices now. Look at this slide. The poem Any Woman uses a lot of metaphors. The speaker compares herself with the pillars of the house, the keystone of the arch, the fire upon the hearth, light of the good sun, the heat that warms the earth, the light of love, note of love, house from floor to roof, wall against all dangers, and door against the wind and snow. Meanwhile, in the poem, the toys, only a single metaphor, that of the toys representing the sensuous pleasures, is used. Both poems contain many word pictures. Poem Any Woman has a definite rhyme scheme except for the first stanza. The first line rhymes with the third and the second with the fourth. The toys doesn't have a rhyme scheme. But each word of a line rhymes with the last word of the next line. We have reached the conclusion of the answer. Here we can sum up our findings. The poems Any Woman and the Toys are graphic presentations of parental love. Both are written in a serious tone. The poems are capable of creating strong emotions in the readers. Simplicity of the language makes them easy to understand. Both poems may appear different, but on close reading we can find a lot of similarities. I hope now you can compare two poems easily. Please write down the answers in your notebooks. There is a practical difficulty related to this particular question. Some of the students may find it very easy to read and understand a new poem, but for others this might be a task. Don't worry, we are teachers, we understand your limitations, you just have to read it carefully and do your best. So all the best once again, students. Till we meet again, thank you.